Hello and welcome everybody. It's 2002. 2002, Tiger wins the Masters. There's all sorts of these rocket ships coming out from all the major manufacturers, Titleist and Cleveland and Callaway and Taylormade and Ping with the G2 and stuff coming out. I mean, this was an amazing era, the early 2000s. And today we have a little piece of history here with Taylormade. The Burner 420. Let's get this gem on the review table and have a closer look. I just wanted to compare these real quick. You'll notice the 420, the 580, both came out in 2002, and the 2003 580 XD. Easy to recognize from the crown. You know, obviously the soles have the labels, but you see these two streaks right here? The 2002 models have that, whereas the 2003 580 doesn't. So these two lines on the crown. Anyway, quick, easy way to tell, 580 XD versus the 580, which came out in 2002, and the 420, which also came out in 2002. So let's start here on the sole. You can see Burner with the R. I think that's where they get the R from a lot of things like R7, whatever. R420. You can see there's no adjustable neck at this point. 10.5 degrees TI for titanium. Pretty interesting. No showy weights in the back. It has this interesting sole right here where there's just like one unpainted shiny titanium part here and surrounded with the painted areas. It's almost like the V steel, but a driver. It is proud. Spinning around, show you the toe profile right here. Big, deep face. At the time, this just looked enormous. And you've already seen a dress, the Taylormade logo here for the alignment line, plus these two lovely lines right here, which I actually like. The neck is just a plain hosel right here. You can see titanium. There's a serial number, it looks like, right here. Single chrome ferrule, single ring ferrule. We move up look, this one still has the sticker on it. We move up the graphite shaft. This is one of these Burner light shafts. I put this label on just so I can remember the year. And this particular one has the Taylormade grip on it. Pretty lovely standard driver. Nothing about it looks offensive. It looks very safe. Let's go see how safe it is out on the driving range. We have the Taylormade 420 Burner in the house. We have moved away from the super loud copper tone. Look at us. We have a golfing tan drivers that Taylormade was famous for in the late 90s. So looking down at this, for starters, the elephant in the room. It says 420 on it, but it's a 405cc driver. Okay, so not quite up to the 460 of the Ping G2 and the Cleveland launcher, which were coming out in that same era. And this predates the 580 XD, which was the R580 XD, which were incredibly popular Taylormade drivers. So it doesn't quite have the look of the sole of like the 580 XD, but at a dress, I mean, it just looks lovely. It looks so good. It looks like a good driver. It looks like it has a deep face. It looks big. It looks modern. To me, this is the most exciting era of drivers, is where all the companies are racing for those larger titanium heads, where, we see all of this like growth technologically. Like every year you could go and buy a brand new driver and you'd see huge improvements, like whether that be volume or forgiveness or, everything. It was just like a super amazing, fun time in golf's history. And this was right in the middle of that, and I love that. So when this came out, for sure they were developing, can we put 3 weights in the back of the 580 XD and make it look super cool? But meanwhile, this might just be an excellent driver. But I haven't tested it. We should do that right now. Fun, exciting times here at the Vintage Golfer. More than 20 years ago, we have the 420. A little fadey, but I mean, that's going to be right down the fairway.
Oh, beautiful. Oh, beautiful. That was well past the 200, closer to the 250. I'm not even going to guess. I'm going to hit some simulator data at the end, so just go watch that if you want some data. 420. Pretty exciting. All right, let's see if we can duff one here. No, I mean, it feels like a modern driver. Like, that's the shape I look for with modern drivers, and it's just, I don't get it. Like, was this a big seller? Like, I don't remember this club. I remember the 580. I remember my friends, my golfing buddies had 580s. I don't remember anybody having the 420. Was this a sleeper? Was it just my group of friends? I'm interested to read your comments and your thoughts. Maybe this was a hugely popular club, I just don't know. The burner name has been around, like, I remember there were like those old Pittsburgh Persimmons with the burner name on it. And I think they came out with some since 2002 with the burner name again. Don't know. All right, here we go. Let's see what comes out. One more shot. Yeah, I pushed that one. Push, same shape, so it's gonna, please don't go over that fence. I think I'm okay. Anyway, the burner 420. If you want to know what early 2000s drivers feel like, I think this is very representative. Very much, you know, it feels very similar to the Ping G2. Yeah, it's not quite as big, or the Cleveland Launcher, or the Cleveland 400. The Cleveland Launcher 400. That might be the best comparison to this, maybe, but it has a really clean look to it, really sharp lines across that crown. I really like it. This is a good driver, and it's that wonderful era, and I think it captures that era so well, representative of the technology race going on back then in the 2000s. Let me know your thoughts, memories. Do you still play this? Have you played it? And what are your thoughts? I'm excited to read your thoughts in the comments below.
This is a really good driver. It feels really good. It performs really well. It's not the best. It doesn't leave you with, you know, cravings for snacks or anything either. This does have a problem. Before I get to it, real quick, if you are just looking for a good place to start, this is it. If you can find one of these at like a thrift store for like 10 bucks, and you're like, is this a good place to start learning how to play golf? Yeah, this is a good place to learn. It has a good size to it. It's forgiving enough. It'll give you feedback. It feels very modern. You're not losing anything by starting here. Get some lessons with it, and then you can move on from there. Or I can imagine somebody who is familiar with this, who just wants to play this forever. If you've played this for 24 years, let us know in the comments below. I believe it because it's really good. I don't feel like you're losing much by sticking with this, if anything at all. Okay, now here's the problem with this. The problem with this is me. Because I look at this, and if I'm going to choose a driver, I don't need a driver. Nobody's running around. If you're brand new to golf, you can find all sorts of things, maybe something like this, for not much money. But for me personally, I don't need a driver. So what am I looking for? I'm looking for something I call the X factor, this emotional connection and excitement I have about golf equipment. And a lot of that's marketing. These marketers are trying to tell these stories like, look at us, we put thrusters on our driver and look how cool they look and whatever the story they're telling. And if it appeals to me, I'm going to go buy it. That's just how I am, okay? Now, you might be different, and I respect that. But let us know in the comments below. So for me, the biggest problem with this is they just went through the checklist. What does a driver need? It's like designing a person, okay? I just imagine a computer. A person needs 2 eyes and a head and 2 arms. And it comes out with something that looks like a cactus. You're like, yeah, but maybe we want something beautiful. Do you see my point? And a computer doesn't know what beautiful is. It's like this. This looks like a driver. But you want to add something a little bit more like this, which calls the attention to a little bit more attention to itself and makes it a little bit more interesting to me personally. Now, and this is very opinion based. I'm not telling you how to feel because like there are people who look at the 580 and the 580 XD and they're just like, that looks like a toy. Woof. I hate the look of that. And I respect that. I get that. It's just an incorrect opinion, but it's your opinion, okay? So for me, the problem with this is me and its older brother or sister, older sibling, the 500 series, okay? So the 580 in particular, ooh, love that driver. So huge respect for this club. So I'm excited to read your comments. Let me know your thoughts. Burner 420, thank you so much to all the people on Patreon who make this channel possible. Patreon is a place you can go to support artists or musicians or content creators like this channel. With the support from my patrons, we've been able to make history by creating the world's largest video library of vintage golf equipment here on YouTube. If you'd like to join us on Patreon, you can start out with a simple $1 a month donation. It really helps out. Thank you so much. Another way to support this channel is by visiting my Amazon shop. I'll put a link in the description below. I am an Amazon associate. I make proceeds from qualifying purchases. If you enjoyed this content, please subscribe. Thank you for watching. I am the Vintage Golfer.